When I started dealing some of the customers, I knew that they think differently. This is how they will think. But then I thought, what can I do differently? When I do the transaction, what is in it for the customer? What is in it for me? Earlier, I was just thinking about myself, my company, and my benefit. But now things started changing. My son is 26-year-old, and you will be surprised. In like last 6 months, he has come to me and he has hugged me a couple of times, something that I never did in my age with my father. And it is very uncommon for a 27-year person to come and hug you, and he comes and shares now a lot of things. Last year in July, I was introduced to Buddha Quantum CEO Foundation, and I came across first 40 days program. And I really, where I understood what is the meaning of meditation. And Buddha Quantum Foundation and Chandra sir, your guidance has made the meditation so simple that anyone and everyone can try it. Being a small child of 5, 6 years of age, or even the people who are above 90 years of age, people who can walk, people who cannot walk, people who are healthy, who are not healthy. You have given so many choices, so much of flexibility in your meditation process. It is unbelievable, and I have not come across anywhere else about these things. So it is a 14 months true journey that I call, and I did one after the other 5 40 days program. And the reason I wanted to do, because I wanted to develop a habit. uh, though 40 days are enough to develop a habit, but the way the human mind works, I realized there were a number of things that I did not get in the first program, and maybe my mind went off, because mind works like on and off. Sometime you are listening and there will be certain moments where you completely skip the content or the message. So as I went through one after the other 5 of those, so I got a lot of clarity. And then what has happened, I started applying some of these learnings in the business transactions. And that's where I would briefly talk about some of the things that I could observe in my life that started changing. One of them is your awareness. When I say awareness, there are a number of things in your day-to-day life. What happens is, about your thought. So you become more aware about your thoughts, and you automatically starts applying breaks to some of the negative thoughts before you enter into some of the feelings that pull you down. So became very aware of some of those things during the day. As I started interacting with the people, I started even during the walk, when you do walking between the plants. Now I feel a different level of connection. When I walk between the trees, I feel I am part of them. I get a feeling that I want to talk to the trees. Even the plants that I give water at my home, I get a feeling that I should be talking to these. I should be loving to these plants. So those are some of the things. I became more aware about my surroundings, things, what people are thinking, what I am thinking. And it brought a lot of confidence when I started applying and changing my thoughts. Confidence in the sense that the outcome of the business transactions, I started kind of feeling this is what is going to happen. This is what the other person is going to talk about. And this is how I can get, a win-win situation. So a lot of positivity started coming in, thinking and in business transactions automatically. I also found, a lot of creativity. When I say creativity, especially being in IT, we see things like the PowerPoint slides. We see certain documents, the way those documents are written. So I started kind of finding places where things can be improved. So that started helping me a lot. And the biggest one has been the relationship impact. When I say relationship with the customer, relationship with your team, the type of the team or the type of relationship I have with my team members, I can call them day, night, anytime, whenever I need, and they happily pick up the phone. They drive certain things that I want them to drive. It's a very amazing, connectivity with the team. Similarly with the customer, when I started dealing some of the customers, I knew that they think differently. This is how they will think. But then I thought, what can I do differently? When I do the transaction, what is in it for the customer, what is in it for me. Earlier I was just thinking about myself, my company, and my benefit. But now things started changing, because now I think about the customer before I think about myself, before I think about the company. And I started looking it from the perspective, when you see a win-win situation, when you see the benefit of both the parties, so then the relationship will last long. And this is what I started to kind of feeling and realizing, and that has immensely benefited. And in last 12 months, like being a COVID, I have added new customer to my portfolio. I have renewed some of the old contracts for the longer relationship. Something amazing that has happened, and I don't know if it was, how did it happen. First time, when we do the annual satisfaction survey, all my customers, this has happened for the first time, gave 100% satisfaction, CSAT, what we call annual CSAT. It was surprising to me that every customer gave 100, and it can swing from -100 to +100 anywhere. That's how it is measured. The surveys are done by the third party companies, outside agencies. Besides that, even in personal life, I started changing certain changes I started noticing. I joined 14 months back this Anapanasati meditation through the Buddha Quantum Foundation. I tried to bring my wife. It took some time. Then I realized, I asked them once or twice, they did not come. But with some practice, maybe I don't know what was happening within me. They were around me. My wife joined after some time. Then after a certain period, I found I was asking my son. He also joined after some time. My daughter also came after some time. So I feel you don't have to force, you don't have to ask again and again. There is something that you start kind of emitting through your thoughts. It influences everyone who is around you. So the entire family came into it. And certain things that I have observed in my family. My son is 26-year-old, and you will be surprised, in like last 6 months he has come to me and he has hugged me a couple of times, something that I never did in my age with my father. And it is very uncommon for a 27-year person to come and hug you. And he comes and shares now a lot of things. I don't know how things how these things change, but I started observing and experiencing these things. So this is how my journey has been. I love some of these changes, and it is changing for the goodness. And Chandra sir, I have done number of sessions for the manifestation also, but what I decided, I would change myself, I would change my thinking, and I think it will change the people around me. So I did not do anything from the manifestation perspective in my business life, but I find what I think, what I want, it is automatically happening. That is my experience. And beyond meditation, I do one more thing, right? As Chandra sir always say, gratitude is the highest state or the ultimate state of receivership. I start my day with gratitude. So it has been like last 699th day today, and every day I write 10 things I have been grateful for in my life. And it could be anything living, anything, any object, living or dead, doesn't matter. It may be a plant beside you, it may be a table, chair, car, people who are serving you, your manager, anybody, even your family members. So I write those 10 things, and then wherever I find there is somebody where I feel discomfort during transaction, even in personal life or in friend circle or even with the customer, I send love to those people in the morning. That's the first thing I do. I know it is difficult. And this is my advice to, everyone. If you had differences, even if you have, bad relationship with somebody, try doing that and do it for some time in the morning every day. Relationship will start automatically changing, because when you try to send love despite having a bad relationship or sour experiences, things start to change. And it has helped. And what I have seen, the people who were opposing, they start turning in your favor automatically. I don't know how. Another thing, Chandra sir, they always advise to read a lot of spiritual books. Two books I was influenced a lot. One of them is Autobiography of a Yogi by Yogananda, and other one is The Surrender Experiment. Those two books, it has influenced me a lot. And Surrender Experiment, even if things go unfavorable, you always believe there is something better for you. That's what is waiting. You don't have to worry about, you don't get disappointed. Even if things are not favorable, if you don't have an answer to something, you surrender. I think this is how it has helped. So you can get rid of a lot of disappointment from your life. And book reading, I was not a book reader, but I started slowly. And last, I would say 3 years, I have been reading constantly book. There is not even a single day, despite not having time on some of the days, even if it is one paragraph, I try to read every day. It doesn't matter. So it keeps me going. And I at the end of when I finish a book, it gives me so much of feeling that I finished now 10th book, 12th book this year. So that's how you keep progressing, and also your speed and efficiency also improves with time. So book is something that everybody should read. One more thing I would like to suggest here: when you start your day, try not to expose you maybe your first 1 hour or last 1 hour of your day to the content or the information. A lot of us are on the mobile phones. That does not help you, that does not pull you up, right? Most of the things you get to see through the social circle or the social media is that pulls you down. Others feelings are expressed through those messages. So get expose yourself to something that motivates you, that keeps you positive. It has a huge impact on your life. About 3 years ago, I was so disappointed with the work. I'm doing the same work, but it makes a big difference based on your thinking, how you think. So I was very disappointed, not happy what I was doing. The only thing I changed: when I was driving to work about 1 hour 15 minutes, I was just listening to motivational videos. And what I found: your 6 7 hours when you are in the office floor, your energy level was completely different. And people started asking me, how do you remain energized, motivated throughout the day? And then I could connect, because I'm spending 2 3 hours a day while driving, just listening to these videos. And this is the effect these videos and these pieces of information have on your day-to-day working. So it is very important, what kind of content you absorb in the beginning of your day, end of your day. What I want to advise for the, especially for the beginners, just stay with the open minded in this program. And it is a journey of the life. It is not that somebody would finish in 40 days or in 1 year or 2 year. Do not expect immediate result. Just have faith in the process. It has worked for everyone. And don't analyze whatever you experience. I experience a lot of tingling. It is from the day one. And now what happens, even during the day, if I close my eyes, this tingling starts without even observing anything.